Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. This is the Talisman League. And we are about to head towards the Vaal Overseer. So in between episodes I did a little bit of running around and I did a little bit of crafting. I crafted this fine wand. There's a lot of extra spell damage and it turns out 28% extra spell damage is way more useful to boosting the damage over time effects of essence drain than it is if there were some cold damage on it. And I also wasted about 11 chromatic orbs to get this into a blue-green-blue formation. The gods were not with me. But that did allow me to take my existing setup here, because it used to be that I had essence drain linked to void manipulation linked to contagion. Basically they were sharing a void manipulation. What I did, I was broke them up, and now they both also have a controlled destruction. So neither spell has a critical chance, they don't crit anymore, but instead I get 26% more spell damage on both of them. It costs a bit of extra mana, but I get a lot more damage out of them. And some experimentation so far seems proves that it's pretty darn useful to do more damage with the damage over time skills. And for the rest I just shuffled some things around, and I think I need to move my flame dash back because the +1 to fire gems thing. So let's head towards the caverns, the pyramid and the Vaal Overseer. And then we can move onwards to Act 3. Someone already trying to curse me. You, Sin Lord, I don't like you. And I need to gain more levels, which is always a good thing. Means I'm gaining enough experience. And then my skills don't actually lag behind me, I lag behind my skills. Boom. So as you see at the mana bulb, this new setup is a bit more mana hungry than it was before. But that's why I got 2 mana potions for. Together that works pretty darn well. Okay. So let's see how lucky I am with finding of the staircases this time. I think last time I wanted to get an extra level and unfortunately I did not manage to do that because I just kept finding the staircases. So we'll see how it turns out this time. I mean, I am 3/4 of the way into the level, so again it would be convenient to gain an extra skill point, but we'll see. Level here is 23, I am 24. So I'm not under leveled, I'm actually on level. Against the boss I should be... The boss is gonna be +2 versus me. Versus the level I mean. So that's gonna be, he's gonna be 25, I'll be 25 after I ding. So that... I think once again I'm pretty much on level. But also in between episodes I finished the 2 missing quests that give skill respec points. So I now have 4 unused respec points on me. Because also again in between episodes been just responding a bit to comments of some of you viewers. Just about the details of the build. People were asking for skill trees, what I was aiming for, things like that. And also just asking some questions of why I didn't make certain choices and things like that. And one of the things that I maybe didn't make clear enough is that I'm a reasonably cautious hardcore player. So I try to prioritize defense over offense. The first priority is my character has to stay alive. As I learned from other players a long time ago, is that dead heroes don't level up, and as a result always want to make sure that your character can stay alive, and once your character can stay alive, you focus on getting more efficient at killing enemies. There's a bit of a trade-off there. I mean, if you do 0 damage, then eventually, just through the whole mechanics of attrition, you will die if enemies just keep wailing at you. Either you die because enemies just get enough lucky hits in, or you die of boredom. So that's something you don't want. So actually, I'm reasonably in a corner here. Let's have a look. So the thing I was looking at, I mean, my initial choice was to take this upper arch here and go for this wheel. The reason is there's a lot of damage over time here. So I think it's 52 points of damage over time. And these 3 wheels on the left side, together they give you 2% life regenerated per second. So that's a pretty defensive mixed with offensive wheel. This was my initial goal. And after that I just dropped down and piggybacked into all the goodness that's here. And again, it's a mix of offense and defense. There's a lot of mixing here. Heading towards life here. But on the other hand, there is this string of 5 nodes here that offer chaos damage. What I could potentially do is refund these 5 nodes over here in order to get these nodes, and then I can actually, connect them, and I get a lot more extra damage going on at the expense of a little bit of intelligence. The thing is, if I surrender 50 points of energy now, not quite sure if I'll actually be able to use my skills. So that's maybe not the best of it is. But eventually I'll refund these, maybe part, maybe all of these skills in order to just spend them somewhere else. But for now, I'm just gonna grab this extra life node and see 635 becomes 662. Almost 700 life before the Foul Overseer. Usually I have somewhere in the 500 life, I think, at this point. I think 700 is what I aim for at Dominus. Though that's oftentimes with armor builds. Ooh, that's an interesting chest. Got a whole bunch of nice things from it. I still really enjoy just watching things get affected with contagion and then just die in a chain reaction. So simple yet so satisfying. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. See, a couple of enemies here, a couple of enemies there. See if we can corral them together. And then just annihilate them in a single go. That's one of the things that if you were, because my Contagion and Essence Drain are both pretty expensive, they definitely reward me for setting up group kills. So just corralling a couple of enemies together and then contagioning them and then Essence Draining one of them to just set off basically like a box of gunpowder. Just light one flame, boom, the entire box blows. Barrel or whatever you put gunpowder in these days. And there is another staircase. Okay, up there. A yellow. Also, one of the things with the Talisman League so far I found is that actually it rewards you pretty decently for going out of your way to do all the side quests, clear all the side areas, because a lot of areas contain talisman monsters, and that way you get more talismans, which in return means you can upgrade them more and have a better chance at just getting good talismans. Yeah. They are still pretty decent at dying. A 2-stone ring, those are interesting. Not enough resistances on this one, I suppose. So, bye-bye. Another staircase. Pyramid Apex. See, this was pretty quick. So I have a little bit of a resistance hole here, but lightning is a zappy gun. I think it's mostly lightning. I think fire is the element he uses the least, so bit of luck, I should be good. And as well, I'm ranged and I have some conversion traps to set some minions up against each other. So I'm reasonably confident about this. So let's give this a shot. Worst case, I die. Well, pretty big worst case, but yeah. So throw down some traps, drink a sip from the potion. Okay, we have him. So there's too far away to actually hit with Essence Drain, which is a bit unfortunate. Just hit him and drain him. Just reapply every once in a while. Okay. Let's see, 1 minion, 2 minion, 3 minions. Looking for bad guy. It's actually a pretty interesting way to play this fight. Just trying to kill minions and then just put some dots on the main boss and avoid his actual attacks. Couple of conversion traps again. He keeps disappearing though, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, there. He does die. He's, well, his life is going down pretty quickly. Just a set of fire. Claim that guy. We go running again. We got him. And then the minion turns and we killed it as well. So, that was pretty satisfying. So in fights where we have ample space to move around, we can definitely handle ourselves. Also, there was a ruby flask. That's gonna come in handy against, what's the guy's called? King Calm, yes. It's Act 4, thinking ahead a little bit already. But I know Calm is a bit of a Hida. He can be rather annoying, especially for more fragile characters, since you have a very small arena and he just constantly keeps harassing you. Especially when he starts channeling those some of the raging spirits. Things can get a bit challenging. Plus I don't think you can convert those things. So I will have to just face him. Well, actually I think he calls out the Hieri, so I can convert some of those to take some of the flak. And by that time I ought to have my Chaos Golem. So that's yet another body I have to work with. But having the Ruby Flask to boost my fire resist should prove useful. Ah, yes. Hello there. I wonder if something like Abyssal Cry, which makes enemies explode when they die, is a good combination as well in with Contagion and Essence Drain. I think Abyssal is also chaos based, so that only reinforces the synergy there. something I'll have to keep an eye out for.
I need more pockets.
So I think it might be a red skill. So that's gonna be interesting. There. So let's walk towards Sarn. Kills bugs. Kills more bugs. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's angry yellow guy. He's not really angry anymore. Quieted him down, so to say. And then we have the long walk into town. It's always the most annoying bit of this act. Unlocking the waypoint, and after that, actually walking out. Also, hello everybody. Yes, I've now unlocked PvP.
Stay out of
Hello
the shadows.
Hagen. Hello
Kalakura.
Noah. Waypoint. Okay, actually, maybe I should sell some of the things I picked up.
What's going on?
Might be useful. So let's ID all the yellows because useful. There's not a lot of yellows. Okay, let's not sell any of those useful things. Armor evasion and 4 sockets. At least worth an ID, right? This one is 4 sockets, this one is 4 sockets, this one is 3, but it's also a lot of evasion. So it's a wand, must ID. +1 to level of socket lightning gems. I don't use lightning, so I don't care. Boot knife, I don't use it. It's a resist ring, I should keep that. ID this and not sell it. Removes bleeding, that's always useful as well. I mean, a utility flask in the last slot might be useful, or maybe even in the second one, I don't know. It's gonna last 3.8 seconds. It actually has quality on it. This is nice. Mods are not really useful, so just sell it. This is too low energy shield, so let's sell it. 4 linked sockets, some resistance, and pretty decent stats. This is worth keeping for now. I might be able to do something useful with it, even though the coloring is weird. I mean, it's red and green, so sockets are gonna roll weird. So it's gonna be really tricky to get some blues on there. And this one is also just rubbish. It's been a while since I had one of those. Ruby flask, ruby flask. Don't really care about fire just yet. I do care about bleeding. Fire is my lowest resist. No, you know what? Let's just bring it. Bring it instead of one of the mana flasks. And we just keep this as a backup over here. Put this in with the rings. And then this is a tier 1 amulet. That's the second one now. Frostwall, that's just a skill. And are we gonna do something with this? I don't know. I'll just put it in and I'll see you after this episode. Yeah, let's make the trip towards the crematorium. Then we can do the entire crematorium next time. I'm 25, still slightly ahead of still slightly ahead of things. Speech, it's hard. Let's see, foot manipulation. So of course, because this is 24, all the normal monsters will be level 24, all the blues will be 25, and all the yellows and uniques will be 26. 26, if I believe. No, the uniques will be 26. I think the yellows will also be 24. And of course, level 25 is the point at which 4 socket items will start dropping. So those are useful to have. Ooh. I just love it when they summon swarmers and they just wipe the entire group. Abyssal Cry for a reverse minion instability, definitely a useful item here. Hey, how cool. Okay.
You are a welcome sight.
Let's do this. This episode just got slightly longer. But this is always nice to do. And I still need to level these guys up to actually get my outpost. Or a hideout, or however you call it. Well, the game calls it a hideout, so maybe that's a good way to call it. These guys are decently sturdy. It's level 25 area, that makes sense. Boom, 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 boom. Also, I saw that there was an announcement for the game that you had to actually click through from the login screen, so probably not everybody has seen it. That in addition to the series of small patches and hotfixes they've applied to the 2.1.0 release of the game. I think we're up to v2.1.0c. They actually have a 2.1.1 in the works for, I think it's they want to release it next week or at the end of the week, at least reasonably soon, rather than having to wait quite a while for it. And oh wait, that's actually just busy Tippy. I have to finish this one. And I claim these.
Just need a moment.
Yes. Might's right. So in that patch they plan to add some more of the portal stones. Also, you guys, stop jumping about. Really, it's getting annoying. So add some more portal stones, because it was no stone circles. Okay. It's hard to focus on teleporting, totems, and talking, apparently. Okay, and things keep reviving, sure. And one of the other things is that they're gonna make the talismans slightly easier to see what tier they are by adding it to the tooltip, which is a pretty often requested feature in the community. So that ought to make some people pretty happy about even more happy about the Talisman League, because that's basically my only complaint about the league so far, is that it's a bit tricky to see what tier talismans are until you know to separate them, but it's way easier to be able to just throw all the talismans in a single stash tab rather than needing to dedicate several to them just to keep them apart. Oh, look, stone altar, and look, talisman. So I also picked up a weight item that I don't really care about, but a Mage's Deep One Talisman. That's cold damage and increased spell damage. So this is gonna be a double bonus episode. Also I have finished all of these points. With defensive things, let's actually make this bridge here. This one also gives me some life, which is gonna be good. So 679 becomes 697. And then we add some another 4 nodes with extra damage, which is always a good thing. Okay. Guys now done getting over here? Apparently not. Okay. Let's clean house first. Ooh, massive shrine before the stone circle fight. That's interesting. So note to self, don't pick up the shrine just yet. Okay, recently cleared things, then we can just portal out, grab the actual talismans from town. First empty the pockets, always good to empty the pockets. Actually chain belts, they are useful to just keep for crafting purposes. I mean that's how I made the wand. Recipe is one wand of any type combined with a chain belt. If you pick a rare chain belt, you get a better magical bonus. And you put one of these whetstones in, and then you get a nice wand, and it keeps the sockets. But if there's any magical mods on it or anything, that will be scrubbed. So if you have a white wand, it's as good as any other. Also, maybe it's useful to pick up the talismans. So, first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Slightly tempted to pick this one, but this might be useful for a build of some sort, so I think I'm just gonna hold on to it. So I probably have a better one for these. This is a white one, this is a blue one, so that way small chance of actually rolling this as a white one, but a big chance of just getting a blue one of the next tier in return. Also, slumps, useful. Okay, stone altar. Also, people have requested control clicking to place them. Apparently that's also coming up in a future feature when they have it finished. Okay, they are in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Summon, flame dash. Massive shrine. And then lighting the fuse. Oh, it's a wolf. It's fitting that it's a wolf. So my energy shield is gone. Not really amused if my energy shield is gone. Ooh, blade vortex in action. Doesn't happen very often. Also interesting shield. This is a very nice socket layout. Good type. Only thing is that of course it doesn't add spell damage, which is slightly unfortunate. So what did I get? 50% increased global critical strike chance and 18% increased elemental damage with weapons. I think I don't have this type yet, so that's gonna be a third type of amulet, which means I only need 2 different ones to roll a third tier, which is gonna be fun. And also probably a more interesting fight as well. Final tier will be against the Wolven King himself, which is gonna be interesting. Though they did fix a bunch of bugs with him. You know, during his boss fight, he would disappear, or actually he would become invisible, which was slightly less fun for the hardcore players that encountered that bug. So that has now been fixed. I think there were a couple of glitches in more obscure situations, though. I think the boss fight is something that I'm not quite sure why it wasn't caught, if it was specific circumstances. Or it seems like the boss fight for the new league is something that will be more extensively tested, which leads me to believe that this is something that only occurs in certain skill combinations or certain builds or certain circumstances. But they fixed it, so that's good. In a game this complex, must be hard to properly test everything, and because there are just so many different circumstances under which skills can be used. So yeah, just trying to account for everything, that's quite a feat. Ooh, ghost. Let's see, you. And we killed the ghost. Yeah. I think we are pretty close now, aren't we? Yeah. So, crematorium, made it after all. Slightly over the 30-minute mark. So, well, as I said, there's a little bit of bonus content for you this episode. And then, yeah, well, I'll take care of that later. So, I thank you very much for watching. And as usual, I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.